everybody, we are going back to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on February 1st, live from the ANB Arena. In the main event, former middleweight champion Israel Adesanya will face top 5 ranked Nasruddin Imavov. This will be the first time Israel Adesanya has been in a non-title fight since 2019. Adesanya is one of the most exciting and talented strikers to ever compete in the UFC. Out of 24 wins, 16 have come by knockout. He holds the UFC middleweight record for most knockdowns, second title fight wins, and second longest win streak. He holds wins over Alex Pereira, Anderson Silva, Robert Whittaker, and the list just goes on and on. Nasruddin Imavov is one of the brightest young contenders in the division. He's currently on a 3-fight win streak, beating all ranked opponents, and he has a similar style to Israel. He loves to strike. In the co-main event, undefeated Shara Bullet Magomedov faces Michael Venom Page. Shara, the Pirate, is coming off an incredible double spinning back fist win over Armen Petrosyan, which broke him into the rankings after just 4 fights in the UFC. 12 of his 15 fights have come by knockout, and he's won a performance bonus in his last 3 fights. Every time this guy fights, you know it will be action-packed. MVP is one of the most entertaining fighters to ever come out of the UK, with an unorthodox karate style that is difficult for anybody to prepare for. He's incredibly explosive and has the ability to finish fights quickly and violently. This will be a very fun fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're returning to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia live on February 1st. I will see you there.
Good luck on Saturday night, brother. Good to see you. Good. How are you doing? Doing good? Hell yeah. You're looking good. Thank you. I like the jacket. It's sick. Hell yeah. You been playing poker lately?
No, man, I haven't.
Okay.
I gotta get back in the positive.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Get y'all dollars here soon.
For sure. Yeah. All right, Mike. Have a good day, brother. Good to see you. Thank you. You too, bro. Michael Johnson, legend. He's my favorite fighter. He knocked fucking Dustin Poirier out fucking cold.
Awesome. Good luck, boys. Thank you. All right, boys. Thank you. Thank you, boys. Let's go, baby. Thank you, boys.
Quiet, we not talking. Talking a lot of stuff on Twitch, baby. Where you at? Where you at? Are you real serious? I believe it. No.
How does that end up happening? Because I know that you can get altitude sickness when you're in that environment, but how did that end up affecting you during fight week? How did that carry over?
I stayed out in Breckenridge until Monday of fight week, and I came down with it on Sunday. We were there for about a week, and I went there originally with the idea, all the boxers are doing it, everybody talks about it, just changing your cardio game. Go from sea level, where I live in Miami, to 9,000 square feet above sea level in Breckenridge, Colorado, and train there for a week, and it's gonna take your lungs to a new level. And so I went out there with that idea thinking, hey, I'll do my last week of training there, then I'll go to the fight in Vegas, and hopefully I'll reach a new level. But it shocked my body and my lungs so much because I've never been used to that. I've never trained at altitude or tried that before. I just went from straight sea level, 0 feet above sea level, to 9,000 above sea level. And a couple days in, I started getting really sick, and I was like, man, why am I so sick? And then when it was like the Sunday before the fight, I went to the ER and I got diagnosed with HAPE, which is called high altitude pulmonary edema. And it's altitude sickness, and pretty much I couldn't breathe. They were like, you got to get out. They put me on oxygen tanks. They're like, you got to go back to Denver right away and get a lower elevation. You need to fly out of Colorado immediately. We got out of there into Vegas, and Vegas is still a little above sea level. It's still a couple thousand feet above. So I just never fully recovered by the time it was Saturday for that title fight. You know, I was still mucus draining through my lungs. I mean, you can go back and watch my interviews and my media day from that fight, and you'll see that I couldn't talk. Like, it was just so much mucus build up in my lungs, and you know, it made me weak, and it affected my performance, and that's why I fought like that.
Umar Nurmagomedov, in my mind, is a little. I don't think he'll ever step into the octagon with me, ever.
Woo! Shots fired!
Hey. I had no problem with him. I don't try to belittle fighters, but this kid is the big mouth in the division. What they call him, the #1 self-glazing fighter out there. Like, just glazes him. I don't even know what that means, but this kid's a fan of mine. DM from Ian Garry. It's a pleasure to what you do in that cage. Nothing but respect. From Ian Garry.
Damn!
Yeah, he's since deleted it because he didn't want us to get out, right?
Fat Boy City.
And you see how he was talking the whole time? He promoted Shavkat more than he promoted himself. No one's done 33-0. This is the first time we 32. Shut the I'm gonna show you something real quick. I want to read you something, Henry. I'm gonna read you a DM from Ian Garry, right? He was this kid's a fan of mine. A big fan of mine. Ian Garry, 2021, right? April 27, 2021, Ian Garry. It's a pleasure to watch you do. It's a pleasure to what you do in that cage. Nothing but respect. From Ian Garry.
Хорошо.
So I'm watching the fight happen, and I forgot who texted me. Somebody from ESPN, one of the higher ups at ESPN, was like, "How's he doing?" I said, "He's surprisingly doing really well." Like, I didn't like watching you do that walkout. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's surprisingly doing really well. And
I got impatient. Like, I just wanted something to fucking happen.
Yeah.
And I just forced it, you know?
Yeah.
I
felt that too. Like, you were doing so well, and then just got impatient.
Yeah, I just got impatient. Like, nothing was happening. Like, he wasn't engaging. He wasn't like, I don't know. Like, I seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the worst part too. I was in there and I'm like, God damn, you're not that good.
Yeah, that's what. Honestly, I felt like you were the better guy. And I was like, this is Anthony can win this fight.
And then it hit me like, fuck, maybe I'm not either. Like, maybe I'm not either anymore, you know? Yeah, but I seen everything. Like, the left hand wasn't nearly as fast as I expected it to be. I think I over predicted how good he was going to be on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he landed a shot here or there, and then at some point where I was just like, fucking hit me or something. Like I need to fucking feel something. Like, give me something here. You know what I mean?
We all saw that. What was going through your head when that happened?
Theo Vaughn, who everyone knows, obviously, had this thing that he said one time, and he said it was a long thing that he was talking about, but at one point he said, at least if I damage myself, then I'm the one doing it and not letting the world do it. And that's kind of how I felt. Like, I needed to feel something other than what I've been feeling.
part that took place, that interview, right after the Jones fight, the same night. And actually, right after that press conference, I had a meeting with Dana.
Yes, because later in that interview with the press, he says he's got you waiting to see.
Yeah, I was waiting outside.
And what happened?
Literally outside that room. So I hadn't seen any of this stuff that he'd said. So in all honesty, I was expecting him to come and we maybe negotiate a little bit. And he literally walked into the room and said, "It's happening." And I said, "Well, he's going to want loads of money." And he said, "I know, but it's happening." And he said, "It's going to be the biggest fight in UFC history." So
does that mean Jon Jones has agreed?
I don't think so, but I think I don't know what in all honesty, Jon Jones is like, nobody knows what he's doing, even the UFC, so I don't know.
He says he wants you money. I imagine Dana will pay him you money, won't he?
I would imagine so.
Why are we not talking? We talking a lot of stuff on Twitch, baby. Where you at? Where you at? Are you real serious?
This is not right. You know, it's complete bullshit. I'm about to fucking cry. And I don't know, man. It's tough.